Hello everyone. Today we are going to perform prediction using decision tree algorithm. The problem statement given here is in this task we have to create a decision tree classifier and visualize it graphically. The purpose is that if we feed any new data to this classifier, it would also able to predict the right class accordingly. The language used here is Python and Jupyter Notebook is the IDE. There are some steps to be followed. In step 1, import and prepare the data. In step 2, visualize and analyze the data. Step 3, prepare the data. Step 4, design and train the decision tree model. Step 5, visualize the decision tree model. Step 6, make prediction. Step 7, evaluate the model. Step 1, import and prepare the data. Now I have imported the data from sklearn dataset and stored it in a variable called iris data. Then I have created a data frame containing iris data and columns containing sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. Then I am displaying the feature names. These are the basically the names of the columns which are sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. Then I am displaying the target names. These are the iris classification that we have, which are setosa, versicolor, and virginica. Then iris.target is basically same as the target lead, but the only difference is it is a numerical value unless a string. Iris.describe. Here we we are going to perform number of numerical insights for the given data by for sepal and sepal width and petal length. Here we are going to see the total count, mean, nothing but average, standard deviation, minimum and maximum values. For any data set, before performing any model in the before performing any further predictions or any steps to be followed in our data, first we have to check there are any null values or duplicate values. If there are any null values, we should replace or ignore that values. Then we'll have a good accuracy and in our model. Step 2, to visualize and analyze the data. Here I used Seaborn, sorry, Pairplot for visualizing our model. Pairplot is nothing but it will take two attributes at the same time for visualizing. See here we can see the attributes are petal length and sepal length, petal length and sepal width. At one time we can see the two attributes. Here again I have again read the data set, but here species column is added extra. You can see this. Then I am using iris.drop for dropping the ID column because already the serial numbers are given here. Then I am using pair plot for plotting the species of Iris setosa, Iris versicolor and Iris virginica. It is displayed here for better understanding. Step 3. Prepare the data. Here I am dividing our data into two variables x and y, where x contains all the values of the attributes of the flower and y contains the target species of the flowers. And I displayed the value of x and y for our better understanding. From sklearn model selection, we are going to import train and test bed, where we I'm going to take the data into divided into two parts, where in training data I will take the 80% of the data and in test data I will take 20% and taking random state as 100. Step 4. Design and train the decision tree model. To design a decision tree model, we have imported three somewhat about three sklearns, where we are going to create an object of the decision tree classifier Then I am going to split the decision tree classifier using xtrain and ytrain. And here I printed that decision tree classifier is created. Then step 5, visualize the decision tree model. I have visualized it using plot tree. This is the visualization of the plot tree. Again I am doing the same thing but using matplotlib, but here I am using subplot method because this is the more better version of the decision tree plot tree method. You can see it. Step 6, making predictions. I am using variable ypred to store the predictions that we are going to pass. Then these are the predictions of the X-test. Once this is completed, now I am using pre-processing for sklearn. By this we will be able to convert the ypred values which are currently in the form of string to the numerical values. Step 7, evaluate the model. I am using sklearn.metrics for evaluating our model to find the accuracy of the score. We have used the values of ytest and ypred. Then using sklearn.metrics, I have calculated the F1 score. And then I have created a small data frame where I am going to input the values of the actual values and the predicted values. You can see this. These are the actual and predicted values. Then I have plotted a scatter plot for sepal length and sepal width. You can see this. Now from classification report, I have displayed a small classified report. You can see this, the precision, recall and F1 report, and also the support of the iris setosa, the classifications like iris setosa, iris versicolor and iris virginica, and the accuracy, macro average and weighted average. Now I have used confusion matrix and created an object called data and stored it in it. And finally, now by these values I have created a small heat map. See, you can see this. We can say that by the values of recall and F1 score, which are almost above 90%, that means the model fitted and predicted was very well, and accuracy is also around 98, means it is around 95% of both average and micro average. So this is a very model fitted and predicted values are very well. So this is our decision tree algorithm. Thank you.